Welcome back, friends. Today I'm here to share with you 3 different breakfast ideas for kids, and all these recipes that I'm sharing here are a big hit with my kids and a hit with me as well. It is a win-win situation for all of us because it's tasty, highly nutritious at the same time. So I'm really happy to share these. I think since kids are getting back to school, getting them on a good breakfast schedule is extremely important to keep them focused and let them have all the energy that they need until their next break time. So I hope you find these recipes useful and add it to your list for the coming days. If you're new here on my channel, I would love to have you all subscribe. It would really mean a lot to me, and there is an entire playlist of kids recipes that you are free to check out. And without any further delay, let's get started. The first breakfast recipe for today is a saucy, delicious pasta recipe with white sauce. We're going to be making this a good source of vegetable protein by tweaking a superfood into it. So first we shall boil in a cup of pasta in boiling water. Meanwhile, the veggies we had chopped earlier, which is a mix of corn, carrots and bell pepper, we shall saute them slightly. So for the pasta, I'm using the whole grain pasta, since of course it's whole wheat, and that is of course better for the kids to have that. And I'm taking 1 cup here since they'll have a little bit in the morning and sometimes in the evening as a snack. If there is leftover, they love to have that. And this is so easy to prepare on busy mornings. It's easy as well as it's gonna fill up your kids really well. And while roasting, we shall add in a tablespoon of wheat germ. So now this is an important source of protein and vitamin E, and is great for kids since it's a good source of magnesium as well. Now what we're going to do is to make the sauce for the pasta, which is going to make it really yummy. And I have some butter here which we will melt. So while the butter melts, what we have to get ready is some flour. I have taken atta here. You can take maida as well, but whenever there is a little alternative, I try to use whole wheat atta. That's just 1 tablespoon, okay? And then 1.5 cups of milk. So this is really going to be useful for those kids who don't like to consume much milk. It's not an alternative, but you can suppose that a little bit of milk consumption also happens through this sauce for the pasta. For my kids, I try to make it into a slightly little looser consistency so that there is a little more saucy, enriching flavor as well as milk as well into it. So it's up to you how you want to do that. So I'm taking about 1.5 cups of milk. So once the butter melts, we'll add this flour, and let's see, okay, it's just getting melted here, and before it burns, you got to keep this ready. Once the butter melts, we'll add in the flour. Keep it on low flame and just stir it. Make sure it doesn't burn the bottom of the pan. Let's add in the milk, little by little. Now this is going to thicken the consistency of the sauce. Now we're going to add in some oregano, some black pepper, and some salt. Once it gets into a little more creamier consistency, you can slowly start adding in the other ingredients. Let me add in a little bit of chili flakes as well. You can omit it if you wish to. I'm going to add in the vegetables. You can see that the sauce is getting thicker, and now we can add in the pasta. Finally, let's add in some cheese. You can switch off the flame. The second recipe that we're making today is a high protein idli, which is a must try, a new variant of taste if you are an idli lover, because we're going to make this surely a must try recipe for growing kids. So for that, what I'm doing is soaking 2 cups each of moong dal and urad dal separately for about 4 hours or so, and then we'll grind it separately again along with a little bit of black pepper. Then we'll mix it up together and let it ferment for about 4 to 5 hours again, and then after fermentation add a little bit of salt, and then as usual grease the idli pans and make idlis as usual. This will take about 10 to 12 minutes. Make sure it's done really well. Since this is a great source of protein, it is a must try if you are looking for weight gain in young kids. So my kids love this. They enjoy this with a little side dish every single time. So the side dish that I made today here is a coriander sesame seed chutney. I had shared a sesame seed chutney with you earlier. It's very easy. Just roast the sesame seeds and add the grated coconut along with salt, and here I've added coriander leaves as well, so that's the reason why it's light greenish color. So that's the dip here for today. I'm also sprinkling a little bit of sesame seeds, white sesame seeds on top of the idli, as well as some flakes of grated jaggery. So this takes this recipe to a whole new level, especially if you're giving to little kids. Next, here we are making a super special breakfast that you must definitely give it a go. Jowar cake. Yes, cake for breakfast which is eggless. So as an alternative to egg, I'm using 1 tablespoon chia seed here along with 3 tablespoons of water. Just mix it well. And just let it stay for some time. Now as we all know, chia seeds when soaked in water for some time, it gives a slimy texture, right? So that sort of consistency is what we are looking for, which is similar to that of an egg, that would help in binding the bread or cake or whatever you're making properly. So for all the vegetarians out there, I would suggest that you try this alternative to egg if you're looking for that. Not for all the recipes that calls for egg, but most of them you could substitute with chia seeds. It is a highly nutritious alternative to egg. It has protein and a very good source of calcium as well, so do try that out. And once that is soaking and building up that consistency, we will start making the delicacy breakfast. So first we are taking a cup of jowar flour and half a cup of jaggery powder or brown sugar as you like. Jowar is highly nutritious and also a great alternative for kids who are sensitive to gluten as well. Helps in boosting the energy levels as it's high in vitamin B. Then we add in 2 tablespoons of wheat flour. Next goes in some cinnamon. Cinnamon definitely makes this really flavorful. Baking powder, half teaspoon, and salt, half teaspoon. Next, let's add in the butter. That is half cup of butter and 1/4 cup of milk. How can we all forget an overripe banana, which no one is going to eat, but this is going to be really good. So I'm going to take half an overripe banana. And bananas have to be used with real good care. If in case you don't, or if your kid doesn't like the banana flavor inside something, for example, I did not like banana inside unniyappams, which is a Kerala special recipe. So you have to be really careful. Even though the banana gives in the sweetness, you have to add it only in quantities where it doesn't override the actual flavor of the recipe. So I'll add in the banana in here, some walnuts, right? It's turning a little slimy now. I think we can add it. Yes. We shall bake this mixture at 300 Fahrenheit for about 20 to 25 minutes. Make sure to check with a fork until it comes out clean to make sure that the inside is well baked. This is a great mixture of carbs, protein and iron, a must for growing kids for their increased attention span without getting tired. So I hope hope you enjoyed this video. Do let me know in the comments down below what was your favorite recipe and what is the first one that you are going to try for your kids. So with that, I wish you all a very good week ahead. Until I see you all in my next one, take care. Bye bye. Stay safe.